Hello, I'm Tim Fulmer, licensed battlefield guide here at Gettysburg National Military Park. And we're standing near the eastern entrance to the Soldiers National Cemetery along the Baltimore Pike. And we're here today to discuss and talk about the first bronze statue put on the battlefield, and that's this bronze statue or monument behind me. And the subject is John Fulton Reynolds, and this monument was placed here in 1872. We know the history of General Reynolds and the fact that he'll be killed in the morning of July 1st, 1863, in the opening hours of the battle. Today, west of town, a marker placed in 1886 marks the location of where General Reynolds would fall. But the idea of this monument came from veterans or officers that had served in General Reynolds' First Corps. The idea was they wanted to establish a memorial or a monument to General Reynolds. What they'll do is they'll ask for funds to be given towards the monument. Officers and non-commissioned soldiers will offer funds, and by the end of March 1864, they'll have raised approximately $6,000. Members of the Reynolds Committee had originally designed the idea of having this monument placed where the General Reynolds had fallen. However, they realized it was a very obscure and difficult area to reach, and so for that reason, managers of the National Cemetery came to the committee and said that they would provide a location for the monument as well as pay for the base of the memorial. The base of the memorial is going to be designed by Richard Morris Hunt, a famous architect and also the man that engineered the base to the Statue of Liberty. Today, this base is approximately 10 feet tall and weighs approximately 23 tons. The sculptor who did this work, John Quincy Adams Ward, will be approached by the committee and ask if they've been interested in doing the bronze. At that point, he said he would. He'll make several sketches, and those sketches will be provided to the committee. The committee will then vote and decide that they would like Ward to do the sculpture. They'll sign a contract with him in March of 1870 for the price of $9,500 to do this bronze statue. It will not be till 1871 that Ward actually will sign his name to the clay model. At that point, the committee will come to his studio, then in New York, and take a final look at the clay model. Upon approval, the clay model will eventually result or end up as the bronze that we see today, cast by the Robert Wood Foundry in Philadelphia. The state of Pennsylvania will offer up several cannon to be used for the bronze, and today the monument stands approximately 8 feet tall and weighs approximately 1,300 pounds. John Quincy Adams Ward, born in Urbana, Ohio, will come to New York to live with his sister at the age of 19. At that point, always having an interest in clay and modeling, he'll join the famous sculptor Henry Kirk Brown. Brown will, for 7 years, give Ward the instruction needed, and then Ward will go on to be one of the most famous sculptors in American history. And Ward himself has quite a portfolio of finished bronze works, including several equestrians. And it's great to note that Ward will be one of the famous sculptors in American history that will never study in Europe. Today, there's 3 bronzes and 1 relief on the battlefield of Gettysburg that have Reynolds as a subject. The first, the one behind me, will be placed here in 1872, and the sculptor is John Quincy Adams Ward. The second, a bas-relief on the south side of the New York State Memorial, shows the death of Reynolds, done by Caspar Buberl and dedicated in 1893. Large equestrian west of town along the Chambersburg Pike of General Reynolds will be done by Henry Kirk Bush Brown, and that one will be dedicated in 1899. And today on the Pennsylvania State Memorial, Reynolds' bronze statue will be placed in 1913 and sculptor Lee Lowry. Once the statue's in place, being a native son, Many of the local photographers, like a William Tipton or a Levi Mumper, will come out and take photographs of the monument. Their whole intention is to sell those and also sell those maybe to veterans returning to the battlefield. Also, many of the GAR, Grand Army Republic events held here in Gettysburg, one of the first in 1888, will actually feature the relief of this monument on that medal. Licensed Battlefield Guide, Tim Fulmer.